Happy Diwali world, Razor, Sabina and Roger here. We just watched 4 mini videos on Diwali.
Yeah, we were going to watch 2, but then we just couldn't stop because it was so beautiful, and I'm so glad we did because they're really amazing, they're really informative, and we absolutely love them. So we are just pumped up about Diwali. Now, if you're as pumped up as we are, make sure you hit that like button, because if you didn't know this, if you haven't hit the button in a while, it lights up in a beautiful display of magical fireworks for Diwali. Before we dive in, we just want to thank all of our wonderful members and Patreons. We are so grateful. Thank you so much for your generosity, especially those who are watching the full-length Mahabharat videos with us in the members section. And if you want to join us, please, you're more than welcome. We're just getting into the Pandavas and Kauravas are all grown up now. So, whoo-hoo, it's getting good.
Long ago in India, there was a great warrior prince named Ram. Ram was banished from his country by his father, King Dashratha. The king told Ram that he could only come back after living in the forest for 14 years. While in the forest, his wife Sita was kidnapped by the 10-headed demon king Ravana. But Ram rescued her with the help of his brother and the monkey general Hanuman, and eventually returned to his homeland. When Ram returned, people were overjoyed and celebrated by lighting their homes with lamps, decorating the whole city, and setting off fireworks.
Nice.
This is the story of the beginning of Diwali. Diwali, also known as the Festival of Lights, is a festival mainly celebrated by Hindus, people who follow the religion of Hinduism, but is also celebrated by Buddhists, Jains, and Sikhs. It celebrates the triumph of good over evil, joy over despair, and light over darkness, and is considered the most important holiday of the year.
Wow.
The tale of how Diwali came to be celebrated differs across India. But the story of Ram you just heard is the most common version. There are many different traditions that take place during Diwali. One of these is lighting a row of clay lamps outside the home.
A whole row.
Beautiful.
Sweet.
Yes.
And their light symbolizes purity, good luck, and power. It is believed that the presence of light drives away darkness and evil forces. Along with lighting diyas, each home is thoroughly cleaned to welcome positivity. And the windows are opened to let in Lakshmi, the Hindu goddess of wealth and good fortune.
Open the window.
It is believed that she can only enter homes that are clean and illuminated.
Looks like we're cleaning our
Which is
house.
another reason people light their diyas. One of the more artistic traditions is the creation of rangoli.
Wow.
It's a beautiful pattern created on floors using coloured rice, sand, flour, or flower petals. They are believed to bring good luck and to use to welcome guests and the goddess Lakshmi.
Love it.
During Diwali, you will also see people lighting firecrackers and sparklers to scare away evil spirits with their bright colours and loud noises. Like many other celebrations around the world, Diwali sees family and friends exchange gifts and share a feast together. Lots of delicious sweets and snacks are prepared for Diwali. Look at all these traditional sweets.
Holy smokes.
No, what's the name of this?
Everyone celebrates special days in their own way.
I forget.
And these are just some of the common ones seen during Diwali, as celebrated by Hindus.
Laddus.
At any time of year, a visitor to India can be overwhelmed by its beauty and color. But a visitor in late fall is especially fortunate. The temperature will have cooled down, the monsoons will have not yet begun, and Diwali, the Festival of Lights, is at hand. Diwali is to many Indians what Christmas is to Christians. In essence, it commemorates the victory of the forces of light over the forces of darkness. To experience it fully, get up before dawn and head for the flower markets. Here, flower vendors work feverishly to create garlands of fragrant jasmine that Indians will use to adorn their homes. By dawn, they'll be sold out.
Holy. Wow.
Next, head for one of the temples, but go early. Later on in the day, they'll be packed. On your way over, you may see a curious sight. People hunched in front of their doorways, pouring colored sand on the ground. The sand takes the shape of a lotus blossom, a symbol of welcome. And today, millions of symbols of welcome will grace the nation's doorways.
I remember seeing those in
Indeed,
Nepal.
Diwali is all about sharing. If you're staying in a private home, don't be surprised if the neighbors show up with plates of delicious holiday treats.
What?
That's awesome.
Aww.
It's also customary for families to go to the temples together on this day. They often dress in fine new outfits, purchased especially for Diwali. And if their outfits inspire you, head for a sari shop.
Yeah. Hey?
Shops
I
are
know.
open on Diwali, and Indian silks are justifiably famous for their beauty. They're just one of the ways India spruces up and gets into the holiday spirit.
So this is an occasion for all of us to rejoice and be with the family and enjoy all the good things in life. So we buy good clothes and make good food.
And everywhere there are lights. If you head to major commercial districts throughout India, you'll find colorful displays comparable to Christmas lights in Western cities. Some cities also put on spectacular public displays of fireworks, like this one in Delhi. But no matter where you are, there are smaller, more intimate fireworks displays. A long day of celebrations is coming to an end, and it's going out with a bang.
God, I can't believe we missed that.
Wow. Holy.
Around the world, people are lighting up the sky with fireworks and dressing up their homes with colorful decor and candles. It's Diwali, the festival of lights. The word Diwali was inspired from a Sanskrit word called Deepavali, which means rows of lit lamps. And that's why Diwali is known as the Festival of Lights. The 5-day festival is celebrated every fall by Hindus, Sikhs, Jains, and some Buddhists. Hindus celebrate Diwali to rejoice Lord Ram's return home after being exiled for 14 years and defeating a king known as Ravana. Jains celebrate the festival to mark the spiritual awakening of their lord, Mahavira. Sikhs celebrate Diwali to commemorate their spiritual leader Guru Har Govind's return to Amritsar, a city in northern India, after being imprisoned. And some Buddhists celebrate the festival to honor their emperor Ashoka's decision to follow a path of peace and converting to Buddhism after witnessing a lot of killings. Although these four religions have different reasons for celebrating Diwali, what they all have in common is the concept of new beginnings, light over darkness, and good over evil. Diwali is celebrated with prayers, fireworks, candles lit inside of clay pots, rangolis, which are colored patterns drawn on the ground with colored rice or powder, and it's also a good reason to invite friends and family over for a big meal.
On a particular day, if about 15% of the world's population is celebrating by lighting up a lamp, it must be something really significant.
Wow.
15%. Wow.
Diwali, the festival of lights. Triumph of good over evil is what mankind has always celebrated. And that's exactly what Diwali is all about. The word Diwali is derived from the Sanskrit word Deepavali, where Deepa means light and Avali means series. Before we get into the historical significance of this festival, we should know that the lamp you light up during Diwali is also a metaphor for knowledge and consciousness that can drive away the ignorance within you.
Love that.
But how did all this start? If you know India, You must have heard of
Been
King
there.
Rama,
That's
the personification of all noble virtues. The life of Rama played a significant role in defining the character of India. So much so that even today, after thousands of years, Rama is still a perfect role model for many. But why? Though born into a royal family, Rama's life was full of difficult circumstances, ethical questions, and moral dilemmas. He is exiled to the forest for 14 years. His wife is abducted by the evil King Ravana. He travels all the way to Sri Lanka for her,
The feet.
wages a war.
Oh, uh-oh.
Oh god, the legs. And, oh
To bring
god.
her back. Then circumstances separate them, and he never gets to see her again. So what is so great about his life?
Never?
Was that a
The
spoiler?
most important point here is no matter how many disasters life threw at him, he conducted himself gracefully, without deviating an inch from his noble virtues. People who are natural seekers of life bow down to this quality of the man because he embodies the
beautiful.
principle that our control on what happens in the outside world may be limited, but what happens inside us can be completely our creation.
Yes.
The day Lord Rama won the battle against Ravana, who had abducted his wife, is celebrated as Dashratha. And the day he returned to his kingdom Ayodhya with his wife Sita after 14 years of exile is celebrated as Diwali.
Okay. Then. Okay.
Diwali is a grand festival for Hindus, Jains, Sikhs, and even some Buddhists all over the world.
Been there?
And it's an official holiday in about a dozen countries.
Huh.
Diwali, a 5-day festival, is not just about lights, but also about delicious sweets, beautiful decorations,
Yeah.
fireworks, and most importantly, family and friends gathering to spend time with each other. As Hindu scriptures say, it's Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The world is one family, and irrespective of what you believe in or not believe in, we all strive for one thing: a joyful life. Let these lights of Diwali drive away the darkness of suffering in this world.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
amazing.
Wow. Yeah. So it sounds like, because there was a festival yesterday at the Hindu temple, it started with fireworks, and then in 1 week there is a big festival. So they celebrate probably both days where the defeat of Ravan and then the homecoming.
Yeah, the defeat and then the homecoming, it sounds like, are the two main, events during the festival. But the whole festival is 5 days long, and there's probably stuff happening each and every day out on the streets and all the time. So
It's wow.
so beautiful. We hit the jackpot with these videos. They were amazing.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So absolutely wonderful. And then the meaning and the essence of the festival is, of course, light overcoming the darkness, good triumphing over evil, and really making it symbolic too as well, putting it in our heart. We can triumph over the darkness and the delusions, the obscurations, the defilements, the negativity within us, and strive to purify ourselves and even purify our homes. I love it in the one video saying we got to open the windows, we got to clean the home, and inviting Lakshmi into the home and making it receptive to that that purity and that energy. Yeah, it's amazingly beautiful. And then the depictions that they do in front of the, their doorways, to bring in the light and the color and make them very welcoming. Yeah, it's beautiful. It reminded me of the sand mandalas that they create. So just temporary creations, but yeah, very meaningful.
Yeah, we were in Kathmandu once when they celebrated Diwali, and because we were staying on the hill, Kopan Monastery, we were able to see the city, and at night it was so very beautiful. Also the temple itself, the Buddhist temples, were lit up by lots and lots of lights. It's a very special time. And yeah, our home is not very clean at the moment. It's so dusty because I just don't find the time to clean, but maybe this week we can really set the intention to do that.
Yeah,
also because we already missed the first celebration here in the Hindu temple due to me not being mindful.
Yeah, and it was also like synchronicities. Talk about synchronicities. We actually had to clean our bathrooms.
Oh yeah, because the toilet broke and things like that. So it already started the cleanup. Yeah, and cleaning outside and cleaning up the mind too, right? Cleaning up all the unmindfulness that is still lingering, and then burnouts happen, which is really, really on the spiritual path. Sabina, bad. And there was a lot of shame coming with that, but we have to be careful because also. It's like because I was not mindful of, what is going on with me, we missed the whole celebration.
Yeah, so I think the festival is absolutely wonderful and amazing, and the meaning and the essence behind it, of course. And then so I just want to touch on, with my Western background, how similar it is to Christmas time, which is, very much, the same thing. Well, it's the birth of Jesus, but celebrated with lights. So I want to touch on how, certain religions, of course, they influence each other, right? And Diwali being such an ancient thing, with the lights and then making the row of lights, back before we had electricity, there would still be, candles lighting up the homes everywhere. And it's fascinating to see that, that would have been around even at the time, the early days of Christianity, and then that would have been, adopted, right? It seems like a very prominent way, to celebrate certain things is, of course, use lights. So, because, when I first saw, Diwali being celebrated in the Kathmandu Valley from above, I was like, what do they celebrate? I didn't know about it at that time. And I was like, are they celebrating Christmas already? Which, of course, not. But
they do in Kathmandu Christmas too. I mean, also, it's not like that far-fetched.
Yeah, but they're not celebrating at that time because it was too early for Christmas. But it was all Christmas lights everywhere, which is fascinating too. That because I was also thinking Sabina's itching to put up our Christmas tree, and we can do a combination, right? So it doesn't have to be a Christmas tree. It could be a Diwali tree.
Oh,
right?
I love it.
Tree of lights, right?
Yes.
And then it turns into a Christmas tree at Christmas time, But it's like, why would we reserve a Christmas tree that is being lit up, and then why wouldn't we use the same thing for Diwali?
And before we leave you, we have a Patreon shout-out of the day for my parents, Ute and Klaus.
Mama Ute, Papa Klaus. Whew, when I think of Diwali and celebrations and magical festivities, I just think of you guys. And how we had such a wonderful time with you, and how we wish we could be together because, Ute, you just light up the room. You make such delicious meals and sweets and cooking and decorating. Klaus, your presence, your aura, your happiness and joy, it just speaks to me. Diwali, 365 days a year in your heart, spreading out in your home, your love, your joy, and your house is always clean. The windows are open. Lakshmi's coming in and blessing your home. Oh, it's just so lovely. We absolutely love you guys. Thank you so much for being a part of our family and the whole world.
Thank you. Peace.
Peace.